Spin a yard with me. Ha. Brooklyn, champion. This for all my niggas locked down, you heard? Check it out. Play humble for a minute, you bitches, but now I'm finished. Any incidentals, my niggas leaving you with the dentist. Flossing for these bitches, got most of you cat finish. On the hook for real, got you curled up like a strident. I had to pivot the mission, cause I was tripping. Doing too much for niggas just to get attention. My self-esteem had me thinking the wrong dreams. July 31st, Mustafa was born, bitch, I'm a king. You lying king, you ain't never put in pain. Spun a yard, clapped a nigga for calling you out your name. Been in cuffs, roughed up, COs kicking your face. On a drive, full bags, maneuvering through the state. Kawasaki, Elmira, Marcy, mid-state. Rest in peace, Robert Brooks, we all feeling your pain. Never been on the dance floor, seeing your mama ache. Tears streaming down a pretty face, only the real relate. Spin the yard, nigga. Hey yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Champ, aka Champion Style TV, aka Mr. Spin the Yard. I'm back with another joint. Listen, I notice a lot of podcasters out there don't sit down with their real family and have conversations. So I said, you know what? This is my younger brother, Lamont Fain, aka Peanut the God, right?
Talk to me.
And I said, you know what, bro? Me and you should sit down on camera and have a conversation. He's big on TikTok. What's your TikTok name?
I'm underscore back 22 is my main account. Then I got back again 23 is my backup account.
Okay, well that's his whatever he does on TikTok. I don't follow that shit.
Check me out.
But y'all don't have to. But anyway, that's what he does. But anyway, I felt like it was important that you have some a family member come to your show, because some of your biggest podcasts is like, they keep their family hidden and all of that shit. Like, I got brothers, I got sisters. A lot of people don't know that. But this is my younger brother. And, we love each other. We got a really good bond and stuff like that. We went down the same roads, essentially. You know what I'm saying? I did mad time in prison. He did mad time, unfortunately. And we both came out unscathed. Would you agree?
I would agree.
All right, then. But make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you turn on your bell notifications for all interviews. Make sure you join, man. Make sure you join so you can get the full interview before anybody else gets it, all right? Hit the link down below. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. How you feeling, bro?
I'm blessed, man. How about yourself, man?
Easy like a Sunday morning. You too, my brother, man. Miss you, man. I ain't seen you since, goddamn, I ain't seen you since
probably like
fucking 2022, right? 2023, right?
23, I seen you 22.
When I was doing the hustling is a virtue shit.
Yeah, when I seen you again after that at Grams.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. So, like again, I said, I feel it's important that we discuss things like, I was away for like, about 80% of your life.
Yeah.
Right? But I do have memories of how it was for us coming up, when we was living in Lower East Side. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know, but initially, we come from Red Hook Projects and all of that. You know what I mean? Me and my brother have different fathers. You know what I mean? His father, rest in peace, was a very, very, very good person, very respected in the streets. Lamont Fain is his name. And my little brother got into a lot of different things. So I just want you to tell the people like how it was for you coming out without me having to narrate it.
As far as me, like, as far as young?
Yeah.
Oh, it was hectic, man. It was hectic. I mean, exposed to a lot of things I shouldn't have been exposed to.
Was that because of you or because of what was happening in the crib?
Oh man, it's because of the household, man. It always starts in the household, But I don't use that as an excuse for my behavior, because I'm able to know right from wrong, and I still decide to do what I do.
Right.
But it was definitely hectic, Seeing a lot of things. I'm not gonna expose all things, But seeing a lot of things,
Are we past the statute of limitation? You ain't gotta just don't say no names.
You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah. But we've seen a lot shit that, some of y'all may could relate, if you know what I mean. We was exposed to a lot, forced us to the streets. We was home by ourselves. Like, what the fuck you thought we was gonna do?
Well, no, I mean, when you was coming up, Ma was in the house, but she was, she was doing what she do.
No, I think you got it a little wrong. She was.
Explain it to me.
That's how we got took away. If we're gonna talk about it, she wasn't home.
That's a fact.
And me being young and goofy, I opened the door.
Right.
And we got took away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
wait. Time out. You trying to tell me you went into Forster?
while
Yeah.
I was locked up?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Nah.
Yeah.
I thought grandma just came into custody of
She
y'all.
did. All right, so she did, right? But you know, I was bad.
Yeah, you
I mean, I
wild.
probably
and,
was.
and I know that they was like her specifically. She was trying to, get you the mental health help that you needed at that time because you didn't know what you were doing and she didn't know how to handle you. But that didn't work neither.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, I'm one of them guys. I have to learn for myself.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I had to go through it. But at the same time, she tried. She did the best she could. But it's like
Yeah.
it's only so much a woman could do raising a young man.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But I was out of control, and she had no choice. I went into the system. I've been in group homes. I've been in multiple foster homes. Like, you know. But she was incarcerated at the time. Like,
Yeah, I was in I think when we first started really, I mean, growing up when you was a baby and everything, like I was around.
Mm-hmm.
But when I started coming of age as a teenager and running around in the streets, you was with mommy. I was with Laverne.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started doing the stuff that I did, this is when mommy was living in the Lower East Side.
But there is an age gap here. Let's get into that.
Yeah, there's a super.
So they need to know.
Yeah.
It ain't no super, but they need to know.
You 30? What? 32?
33.
33. I'm 42.
So therefore,
Almost 10 years.
so when you started, I was still a kid.
Yeah, but you used to follow me, bro.
I used to try.
No, you used to follow me. I remember that time I left mommy house in Lower East Side and went. I was like what 17, 16 years old, and I went and jumped on the F train at East Broadway. And you was in Brooklyn.
I remember grandma told you to take me to get a haircut. And this is how bad you. I think you had to be what 16, 17 at the time. And you had a screwdriver in the car. Remember that?
I had a screwdriver in the car.
Yeah,
That's when I was stealing cars
like a
crazy.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
You hear me?
I always pulled up with a different
New Jersey Drive shit.
different Stoli.
You hear me? Yeah, but I was young, you know what I mean? So I was like, you know what I mean? I wanted to be with my brother. I mean, but you was on your, I mean, I was, like I said, I was young. So I understand you wanted to do your thing, but that wasn't going to stop me in the route I was taking. I was already in. I mean, it's in me. It ain't on me.
Let me ask you something. Since I wasn't like really around like that, when you were, we already know, our mother had her issues with substance abuse and stuff like that, right? She's great now. Shout out to our mom.
Big salute.
Yeah, big salute to our mother. She's, on the right path, been on the right path for decades now. But you seen certain shit in the crib. Like when I would come home on home visits from Lincoln Hall, I came in the crib and I seen certain shit that I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? But you were there. You were actively living there.
Oh, that house was trapped out.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Explain that. Like, what was that?
Oh, man. I mean, it was trapped out. I mean, like you said, my mama with the substance abuse and drinking on top of, like, that was the place to be. Like,
Everybody used to be.
that was the place to be, man. It was a lot of hustling going on through there. There's a lot of money being made through there. There was a lot going on. Like, you know what I mean?
Cooking up, all that.
A lot of, cooking up, smoking, whatever, bagging up. You know what I mean? So I'm young and I'm seeing this shit. And it's intriguing to me because it's all I knew. Like, it's what I was surrounded, around. Fights, shootings, all type of just like shit I shouldn't have seen. But I'm glad I seen it because I wouldn't want to be green and just so goofy that I don't even know what's going on around me.
Well,
Unaware.
No, I agree with you, but at the end of the day, it was your environment that taught you. Because you got to think about it like this. Let's say you grew up in Park Slope and didn't witness that stuff, and you be on a different path in your life.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You might have been in the NBA. You might have been. You understand what I'm saying? Might have been something totally different. Because I know how smart you are. You always been smart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You were born a preemie. Right?
For sure.
You came up out of that, and you were always good with numbers.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Right. You're a numbers guy. So you're like Ben Affleck in the accountant. You got that side of you, and then you got the smart side of you, where it's like I can break this and that down.
I mixed the two.
Right. So what I'm saying is, it's the environment altogether that helps. It helps to bring together your state of mind. You understand what I'm saying? Like it helps you to form the thing, like your belief system. You know what I'm saying? Your belief system now, like if you're around people that you see there's basketball players, there's engineers over here, there's this person, that person, then you see that in your environment all the time. People going home doing their homework on time, getting home on time. If that's all around you, then you start to mimic that it sets the trajectory for your life.
I agree with
You
that.
was on the total opposite side of that.
I agree with that mostly.
Okay.
But where I beg to differ is, like I said earlier, it's in me. It wasn't on me. So it was like, you could have put me in the suburbs. It would have came out eventually. I mean, I always had a thing for being defiant.
Yes,
So-
that's a fact. That's why I ran your head through a closet.
I mean, you could keep talking about it.
I'm just saying that's why, because you were defiant. I'm just saying.
That was then.
Piggybacking off of what you said.
This is now. I grew up.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen you.
I know. You about to see me if you keep bringing that shit up. You see me, right? You know, I'm trying to let it go. You know, keep it big.
I'm gonna let it go.
But yeah, but so like I said, some people just be in. Like when you look at certain artists that come from the hood, you look at them with you look at them, they millionaires, multi-millionaires, but they just keep getting caught up in shit. They can't help themselves. I mean, yes, you can ultimately blame the environment you grew up in, but the thing is, like, you know you, so you know what's in your heart. So you know if you always had a thing for whatever it is you had a thing for. Like, I mean, you could run all you want. That shit gonna chase you. So
you saying that is you're basically born with that. It's almost genetic.
damn near. I mean, look at who my mom and my daddy were. What did you expect?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you know, like it's literally been passed down from, I mean, in my genes.
But I don't agree with that in totality because everything is learned.
True.
All behaviors are learned.
That's why I said mostly, because most of the time, meaning like 51% or more, as far as it being in you.
Right.
Because a lot of times, most of the time, yes, it has to do with what's going on around you, what you're exposed to. You become a product of your environment. You know what I mean? But the older I grew, I always I made an excuse for myself saying, oh, I grew up like this, or I saw this and I saw that, and like this was all I know. Like dealing was all I know. This is all I know. Streets is all I know. But ultimately, that's what I allowed myself to know. Because I wouldn't think outside the box. I wouldn't use my brain that I had and still have for the right purpose. You know what I mean?
Right.
I chose to do bad with it. Yeah, I'm good with numbers, so I chose to hustle.
Right.
You know? And
so, all right, so you went through group homes and stuff like that, right?
it started with Spofford.
You was in Spofford, the white building?
I was in
the
Spofford
Bronx?
10 times.
Me too.
And Crossroads.
And Crossroads, yeah. I remember.
I've been to Children's Village. I've been to Highland. I've been to Rikers Island.
Damn, that's crazy. We took the same exact paths.
I was somewhere else.
You was in Harlem Valley?
Nah.
Nah, okay. You talking about DFY joints?
Yeah, I was in
And this was
Highland, and then when I turned 16, I went to the island.
Right, and this was all for hustling.
I mean, all type of shit. Whatever. I mean,
What type of different things? Like because you did your time already.
I mean, hustling is hustling, man. I sell drugs, man. I
sold drugs.
Good shit. I sold drugs. You know what I mean? You know, I carried guns. I did bad things. You know, I did a lot of things that I felt like I had to do. You know.
What was the worst experience you had while you was incarcerated at a young age?
Oh wow.
I'm gonna share mine when you're done.
I'll probably say the COs.
It was never your peers?
I mean, but that's expected. Fighting, that's expected. Getting jumped, whatever, jumping, that's expected. You kid. I mean, you in there wilding. It's just a bunch of people with your same mentality, so you can be fighting all day.
So how many times they beat you up?
Beat me up?
No, I'm talking about your peers. How many times you got jumped?
How many times I got jumped?
Yeah. I know you got beat up a lot. Yeah.
I know I did. That's fine. I can fight real good. Real good. I mean, real good. Like, you know what I mean? If you know, you know. Jump. I probably got jumped twice. Twice, probably twice. And that was young. That was like when I first went to Spofford. You know what I mean? Because I just ain't going.
Yeah, you ain't
It's
with
the
the
dog
program.
in me. I ain't.
Yeah.
What program? What's that?
You're not with the program, nigga.
What
You know
program?
what I'm talking
I don't
about?
even know nothing about it.
Listen,
I know
listen,
how
bro.
it go.
For the people that's watching that never been in jail, they need to understand what happens inside. First of all, there's a program that dudes that been in there already got in place, right? Certain individuals like ourselves, when we go into these institutions at first, we're defiant. We're not with nothing. We ain't with you taking our clothes. We ain't with you taking our PIN numbers for our phone calls. We ain't with you taking our snacks. Ain't none of that. So we get jumped on multiple occasions until they finally understand, all right, we got to respect this dude. And unfortunately, what usually happens is you become a part of the program and enforcing shit on other people. So what I'm saying to you is like, you wasn't a part of that program.
Correct.
But you essentially became a part of that program and being an enforcer, didn't you?
I mean,
You started running down on people.
I have that mentality though. I have that aggression. Like I have that. I mean, it's the dog in me. Like I said, it's the dog. So it's like I always been a suspect. I ain't never been a victim. I always been a suspect. You know what I mean, so even if you try some shit, it's not gonna work out for you. Like it's not gonna work out for. I mean, but Peter Paul said try them all, so I ain't mad at you for trying. But like, you know what I mean, you know how that worked out for you. You know what I mean, I probably beat you and your man's up. You know what I mean, took your phone. Like, you know what I mean.
But so you said most of the issues you had was with staff.
Yeah, that was my
contrast to your peers.
Yeah, it's because I always, like I said, I always been defiant. So therefore, like I always had a thing with authority. I don't like the police. They ain't never gonna change. You know what I mean? So they be talking crazy, trying to put their hands on you. And I mean, you gotta think you young, 13, 14. These motherfuckers 6'3", they 300 pounds. Like, and I just ain't going. So you know what I mean? So that had to be the worst experience. You know what I mean?
How many times did that happen to you?
Oh man, I used to get into it with them all the time. They used to beat my ass. I ain't even gonna hold you. Those was my worst ass whoopings.
The police. This was.
Yeah. And what's the other shit? It been so long. Triumph. Is it Triumph? Yeah. That was probably the worst. I mean, like they did me bad. They popped me out my cell like 2 a.m, like, and tried to tell me to clean the bathroom, and I'm like it was shit in the bathroom, like. But I was being loud early in the day room, and they was like, oh yeah, we got you. I'm like, you ain't got shit. So like 2:30 in the morning, pop my door, told me I go clean the bathroom and throw up this shit in there. I mean, me being me, I said, who the fuck you? I ain't cleaning shit. You know what I mean? So he drugged me out. I ain't even gonna cap. He drugged me out the motherfucking cell into the bathroom, and he was like, you gonna clean this shit up? I'm like, I ain't cleaning shit. You was a bitch. And that nigga hit me so fucking hard, right?
Really hit you up?
Man, that nigga hit me in my motherfucking head, then my chest. But when he hit me in my chest, it was like some motherfucking Marvel shit. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I flew back to the shower. That was some more shit.
I don't mean to laugh. That's crazy.
I mean, I ain't never been hit that hard in my life.
Wow.
Like, you feel me? I contemplated getting with him for years. So I had to get over it. You know, but that probably was the worst. Cause I mean, he hit me harder than I ever got jumped. You know what I mean? Because you got to think when you get jumped by other niggas, I mean, they your peers. So they hit just as hard as you. Probably not even.
They're not grown ass men.
Yeah, this nigga, he 35.
Right.
I'm 15, 14.
Damn, bro. I'm sorry you had to go through that shit. But I want to share something with you. You know I got beat up by the cops because of you, right?
Yeah, I remember. I remember. But see, this is the thing. Let me explain something to you. Like I said, I don't make excuses for my behaviors, and neither should you.
I'm about to tell the story.
I remember clear as day me messing up the plate area on a visit. All right. I don't know if we was at Green or something.
No, I was in Kasaki.
Bear Hill?
2001.
Kasaki, okay. Yeah, I remember messing up the plate area, and they told you to clean it up.
Right.
You should have cleaned it up. Like, you know what I mean? I was your visitor.
No,
so therefore,
bro,
that's your responsibility.
You're not wrong in that, but the mindset, right? We talking about mindset. The same way that you was defiant when you was in juvie was the same way I was defiant going up on my first bit.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not blaming you. I was just joking on that end. But that was the carrot in front of the donkey that they needed to get with a new jack. That's what they called me. New fish, new jack, and all of that. So when you and mommy came to see me at that time, I think you was like maybe 7, 8 years old probably.
You said 01, I was 10.
10 years old, right. So the problem was this, right? I'm sitting on a visit, y'all leave or whatever, and they asked somebody with a 96 number to clean the visiting floor, right? To clean the play area, this, that, and the third. The nigga said, nah, fuck you, suck my dick. I'm not cleaning nothing. This is the first visit I got upstate. I'm still on Rikers Island mentality. We was always defiant against the police. So I seen him do that. I'm like, oh shit, an OG nigga. I'm like, oh shit, and they jacked it. They was like, all right, Mr. Such and Such, whatever, fuck you, da 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 da. Then they looked at me, they see I got an 01 number, 018 1268. They was like, you, Smith Baker, clean up the visiting floor. Hey, fuck you, suck my dick, I'm not cleaning shit. Fuck y'all talking about? Oh, we got one. Just like you said, we got one. Instead of me, like you said, just saying, you know what? all right, I got it, whatever the case may be. I was defiant. They took me to the back room, searched me, you know, that whole embarrassing situation. Made me squat, cough, butt naked, all of that dumb shit. Took me up to intake, cuffed, right? I'm cuffed in the back, and it was a sergeant and it was a CO. They was walking me up the steps to the intake. And when they were whispering behind me, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. So I'm like, damn, I might have fucked myself up. That's when reality started hitting, like, yo, these niggas about to have their way with me, pause. So we get upstairs, they put my head on the wall. You know how they make you put your head on the wall while you cuff? So the sergeant was like, so you just don't want to do what the fuck we telling you to do, right? And I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo, you know, that's not my fault. He just caught me. Boom! Punched the shit out of me, bro. I ain't gonna say that was the hardest I've ever been punched. But punched me in my face, bro. Then he said, you feeling tough? You want to do something about it, you fucking nigger? Not nigger.
With the ER.
With the ER. Strong ER.
He had
right?
to let you know.
He had to let me know. And I was
you
like,
get
take these cuffs. Let me tell you what happened. I'm like, take these cuffs off, you bitch ass nigga. Right? Because I seen a flash. You know, you get hit in the face, you see that flash. Took my cuffs off. Turned around and just hit him right square in the nose. Bow! Broke his whole situation up here. The CO that was with him, they called that nigga Jolly Green Giant, bro. This nigga was like 6'8", incest, Similac, fucking white trash motherfucker, right? This nigga picked me up, took me to the heavens. John! Dropped me on the floor. You know how that go. All the air leave your system. I'm like, the fight is out of me.
Yeah.
And, you know, they press the button. You know, when they press the button, it's over. And at that time, like, they probably still got it right now, but, you know, they got them sticks. And them sticks is like, them sticks are strong.
Yeah.
Them brown joints, pause. So they just started beating my ass, bro. They came up there. It was like every fucking CO in the jail came to get a piece of me, bro.
You know how that shit go.
Yeah, bro. But here's the fucked up part about all that. Yeah, we're defiant and stuff like that. And there's nothing in place in the prisons to really make you rehabilitate. Unless you make the choice on your own to rehabilitate and stay away from the nonsense. But the mental health aspect of that, right? We don't realize how it affects us until after the fact.
And that's the truth. And I speak on that a lot. As far as like, people don't understand, like the toll, like, first of all, going to jail, it's unhumane. It's inhumane, right? It's not normal.
Slavery.
That's not normal. But you're gonna lose something. Physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, you're gonna lose something. You might lose it all, but you're gonna lose something. You know, you think you coming out the same. You think you normal. You think you ready to adapt to society, and then you realize, I've been in a cage, like an animal for a long time.
Right.
So like, I really don't know what's going on, and like, you really do got to get your mental together because that shit will fuck you up. It'll fuck you if you allow it.
And the thing is, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like right now, in present time, I'm still struggling with certain things mentally from the shit that I've been through in prison. You know what I'm saying? The violence, the seeing a nigga fucking stomach get cut open and fucking laid out on the floor, and I gotta walk over that shit, like mad shit, bro. Like, so out here, we become super aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Anytime something happens over there, we feel like somebody trying to play us. Because you have to have that hyper aggression when you in there to keep motherfuckers away from you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, as far as you're concerned, like,
not to cut you off though,
yeah, go ahead.
I forgot because you just told me that story. So Triumph, that wasn't my worst experience. Rikers Island was my worst experience.
Oh, what
right?
building you was in? The 4?
I was in the 4 building. I mean, and it was my birthday. Right?
Shit.
I was in 3 Main.
House of Pain.
No, that's 1 Main. That's 1 Main.
Well, when I was there, they called it 3 Main House of Pain.
Yeah.
That was in 99,
Age
2000.
gap. Yeah, age gap. You feel me? I was in 3 Main, and niggas was wilding, and they told us to go in the motherfucking hallway. It was me and another nigga, I forgot his name, but they like, put your face on the wall, kiss the wall, and put your hands on the wall. I said, look, I can face the wall. I said, I ain't kissing the motherfucking wall. So this motherfucker, now you know, they call it gripping. When they grip you, right? So this motherfucker said, oh, you think you tough? I said, I ain't tough, I just ain't doing that. Like, so he told old boy to go back to his, back inside. He like, go back inside. I don't want to see you. That motherfucker said, turn around. I turned around. That motherfucker said, you gonna put your motherfucking hands on the wall and kiss that motherfucking wall. Oh, and he wanted me on my knees too.
Oh,
so
no,
I'm like, I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I can't do it. He's like, you think you tough? I said, I ain't tough. I just ain't doing it. And I said, whatever you do, if you listen to this, if you see this, you remember me. He said, whatever you do, don't grip me. And with your
And
bitch
just let
ass,
the people know what you mean by grip. So that,
slap. That's a slap.
Right.
They do that because so they don't leave marks and shit. You know what I mean? So he gripped me. I mean, when I say, listen, one, I ain't never been slapped. I know man in my life. You hear me? But I was 16 at the time also. But he slapped the shit out of me. I mean, like, my shit was ringing and I lost it. I hit him with a 2. Boom, boom. Drop him. But now you know on the island how they got them boxes with the pin. So
Yeah.
when he fell, the pin slid out the box. I seen the orange light go off. I said, oh, here come the turtles.
right.
And best believe it was the first one through the door was a white shirt I had gotten to with prior because I didn't want to go to court. You know how they wake you up 4 o'clock in the morning.
You refuse
cold
it,
ass
yeah.
bread and fucking jelly. I'm like, I ain't going. And we had gotten to it. So, and they beat the shit out of me. When I say beat the shit out of me, I mean, they broke my ribs. They fractured my leg.
Man.
They waste 10 cans of mace. They broke both my wrists. They beat the shit out of me.
What?
Yeah, they beat the shit out of me. Yeah. And I had to go to court like that. Fucked up. I'm all fucked up, looking stupid as fuck.
That's
Couldn't defend myself if I wanted to.
I never knew that. This is the thing, man. Like, you know, first of all, you know, our family don't talk about shit.
Mm-hmm.
But did you ever express this to like our mom or
Nah.
your grandmother on your side of the family?
Nah, I didn't. I don't talk about a lot of shit because, like, I mean, what's it gonna do? How you gonna help me? It's done. It's done and over with. I mean, the only help at this point I could get would be therapy. You know what I mean? So, I don't talk about it. I hold a lot of shit in, but, like, men do that. A lot of men do that. Hold a lot of shit in. You know what I mean? Because in today's society, it's not okay to not really be, I mean, it's not okay to be vulnerable and express yourself fully, you know? Because we're held to a certain standard. And as far as and I could relate to you as far as like all the aggression, because I have the problem with my lady. She said I'm too aggressive.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean?
talking about that the other day.
Yeah, she said I'm too aggressive, and I make excuses like it's just me and look what I've been through, and you got to understand. But I'm learning things though. I'm learning to communicate with people. Like sometimes you got to change it up though, you know, especially when someone ain't out to hurt you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But one of the things I learned, I was talking to my lady about this shit is like, you know, she like, yo, you know, we need to go to therapy and stuff like that because, like, we come home from prison, right? So let's say we in prison. It's a whole nother factor to being in prison is that we have someone that holds us down, right? We got a woman that holds us down, that's been there for us, that have the purest intentions and stuff like that. What I think a lot of women don't understand when we're in there is that we're in a certain mindset, right? So we're more vulnerable, right? Then we come home and we have the world as our playground, right? And sometimes women have this thing where they like, I need to control him, right? When we are trying to get away from that. Because we just went through that for however many plus years inside. And it makes us want to, you know, push away and fucking do other dumb shit, unfortunately.
And yes, that's true. But let me tell you this though. Why do we fight it? If they have our best interests at heart, right? Most women are, you know, controlling it.
Because we're not used to it, bro.
But we are.
How?
But we've been in jail. We've been in jail half our life.
Exactly.
We're used to being told what to do.
Right.
We're used to moving under structure.
Right.
We're used to being on a program. Right. So when we have the opportunity to be free and do what we want, we decide to do it, and we feel like we can't nobody tell us nothing. Right. But that might help because guess what?
But
a lot of times, all right.
We don't learn that until after the fact.
I know. How many times did you go back to jail? How many times I go back to jail?
Many
Why?
times.
Because we thought we had it figured out, right? And we wanted to do it our way, right? Oh, I just did 10 years, whatever. Let me go back out here and now you locked back up again. And sometimes we fight it because we don't want to be under that, and we feel like we free and we don't got to listen to nobody. But in all actuality, we do. First of all, we do. We always need somebody
I agree with that.
to try to keep us in check. Like, you know what I mean? And what better person than a woman, because ain't no man finna fucking check me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, damn, you know what? It has its pros and it has its cons. Because at some point you want to feel like, damn, I got it. I don't need it. But sometimes we don't be having the shit though.
And they be right. I mean, you gotta look at it like this. Our mothers bore us. And our mothers and grandmothers always told us to how to do things the right way, and we just didn't listen.
Correct.
And we went the opposite direction.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, again, like, shout out to our mothers, our ladies, all the extraordinary women out there that hold men down and try to lead them in the right direction. We trying.
Yeah.
You know
but
what I'm saying?
but you gotta understand too, right? This is how we need them to be patient with us. We gotta be patient with them. Because the things that we going through and experience is not normal, and we're not gonna normalize it. We're not gonna normalize going to jail. We're not gonna normalize coming out and have to get your mental together because it's nothing normal about that. Okay, but it is what it is. We did what we did. Now we served our time for it. Now we got to get back into society.
That's a fact,
Right,
bro.
So, excuse me, and I say that to say that sometimes we gotta listen to these people, like, and it's sad that we don't get it till we older, man.
Yeah, we don't get it to after the fact.
You know.
Man. I mean, like I said, I'm still struggling with certain things, and I'm like
Certain things like what?
like just listening, man. Sometimes I'm still hard headed. I get told, yo, if you got ideas, don't tell nobody. Just something simple. As an example, you got ideas to do something, champ. Don't tell nobody. This is what women tell. And I'm like, all right, cool. I want to tell somebody, I get hated on. There's a jealousy factor. There's all these things. Women have an intuition that's different from ours.
But you need that. Let me say this, right?
Yeah, I agree. I'm not negating that.
You need that even with your ideas, because sometimes you might be wrong. You know what I mean? They might
help you flush it out.
They might be hating. It's coming from a hating point, but I'm not looking at you like a hate. I'm listening to what you say to make sure my shit is correct. I'm double checking my shit. Like, oh, this, that. Oh, you can't do this. You can. And I'm trying to see why can't I? Oh, yes, I can. Okay, you wrong. You just hating. But you might have a point there, so I'm listening to you because you might have a point. I want to hear you out, but like it don't make you. I mean, you still a piece of shit because you a hater.
Got you.